What is old is new again, or what is new is old. I can never figure it out. Research labs and Silicon Valley. There's a whole new breed of doctors and finance bros declaring nicotine is a life hack. Tech startups are even handing out nicotine pouches to employees, saying it helps with focus and creativity. Let's consider this. For almost all of modern history, most of the smartest people in the world had one thing in common: smoking. Yesterday marked the 57th anniversary of the lunar landing. The NASA engineers and mission specialists who sent Neil Armstrong and company to the moon did so in a cloud of cigarette smoke. Same with the guys who brought Apollo 13 home. Einstein puffed on his favorite pipe as he worked out his theory of relativity, saying it contributed to calm and objective judgment. Churchill smoked up to 10 cigars a day as he strategized on how to defeat Nazi Germany, and also consumed copious amounts of champagne. Forever my idol. Jillian Michaels, host of the Keeping It Real podcast, is here. Is it fair to call you a nicotine enthusiast?
Not an enthusiast. A nicotine user, I would say, I think is fair. And I wouldn't say that it's healthy. It has cognitive benefits unquestionably. And when not abused, there really is no reason not to utilize it. But you have to be strategic, and you need to do it with your doctor's permission, of course.
So when we're talking about nicotine, in full disclosure, for which I'm forever grateful and will never forgive you, Jillian turned me on to nicotine gum. I just felt I needed to say that. So we're now talking about nicotine delivered without smoking or vaping or cigars. It's the same as chewing Nicorette gum. I think about it, I've yet to hear it. It's kind of interesting, right? Because the sales of nicotine have exploded. Philip Morris's stock is way up, on and on and on, because of all of these Zyn pouches and everything else. I've yet to hear anybody make the case for why adults, people over 21, whose brains are developed, should not be using nicotine on a not regular but not irregular basis.
Okay, let me try to do that. First of all, we really should be using the patch, if I'm being completely transparent. I just prefer the gum. It's more effective when I utilize it. But the patch is the absolute least addictive method. It also helps prevent the downregulation of your body's ability to be sensitive to insulin, forgive me, to nicotine. So clearly not working on me today. To nicotine, if you will.
Or you just need more.
Adapt to it. Maybe. I tried to keep it to a minimum, and I did just have a coffee. So, I'm trying to catch up. Forgive me. It was a long night last night.
So for all these people who are talking about how bad nicotine is for you, and it's, kids shouldn't be using the pouches or the Zyns or whatever, or adults. National Center for Drug Abuse Statistics, 3.9 million people, or over 12 million 3.9 million people over the age of 12 misused prescription stimulants within the last 12 months. Nicotine better than abusing Adderall?
Well, absolutely, provided you're not inhaling it. But all the stuff like the pouches and the gum, they have other chemicals.
We're not here to judge.
But hold on, there's a way to do this that's smart, right? And that would be utilizing a patch, doing it from dawn till dusk. You want to stop when the sun goes down so that you're not overstimulated. It doesn't mess up your sleep. You would want to do 5 days on, 2 days off, so your body doesn't adapt and desensitize to it, so that you need more and more.
I love the Jillian Michaels nicotine prescription here on the show. And look,
I'm just saying, if you're going to use it, you want to mitigate the risk. Okay. That's what I'm saying.
Well said. 5 days on, 2 days off. Part of the MAHA movement, though, seems to have fallen apart. Callie Means didn't get confirmed by the Senate. All the MAHA stuff we heard about that was going to happen right at the beginning of the administration, things have kind of fallen apart. Now, 5 cups of coffee a day is fine for most adults. Downing between 3 to 5 8-ounce cups of Joe daily, or around 400 milligrams of caffeine, is linked to a lower risk of heart disease, heart failure, stroke, type 2 diabetes. I'm sorry. If I drank 5 cups of coffee a day, Rachel would have me living somewhere else.
Here's what's interesting about what you just said, though. 400 milligrams is the proper dose for those benefits. It's just that for most of us, that's 2 strong cups a day. So when you mentioned 5 cups of coffee, I was about to tear into it and again speak to you on nuance. But 400 milligrams is the dose. And the only other thing I will say about coffee, and remember,
so what happened?
Leland,
Hold on. I want to get you on this stuff. Okay, the whole Maha movement is everything's supposed to be pure. We're not supposed to put any chemicals in our body. No red dye number 8. But okay, let's go for the nicotine and caffeine.
Well, but
no
hold
alcohol.
On.
Like,
well, hold on. Caffeine is not a chemical. It's naturally occurring in plants. If you get it from organic
so is
coffee,
cocaine.
No, it is not. You're not chewing on coca leaves like you're in Peru. It's being mixed by drug cartels with gasoline and fentanyl and a host of other terrible things. When you go to, South America and you're visiting the Andes Mountains, they are chewing on coca leaves and they're doing just fine. Organic coffee that isn't loaded with pesticides and herbicides and fungicides does have a host of benefits, and the dose, the ceiling is 400 milligrams. That is absolutely true. With nicotine, it comes from a green tomato plant. There are some benefits to it. It can help curb appetite. It can help with cognitive enhancement, memory, focus, recall. I'm not saying it's a health food. It isn't. It's a tool so that you can function more optimally.
I do have a friend. I do have a friend who tells me that the Democratic drug for Democrats is weed, and for Republicans it is nicotine. So there is that divide now in America. Jillian, it's always good to see you. Thank you for the health tips.
Can I just point out the distinction that weed is literally causing schizophrenia in people these days because it's so strong. Nicotine is not. There's much safer ways to utilize it.
I don't know. There's some guys with enough nicotine patches that may be schizophrenic, but that's for a different discussion. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.